Welcome to InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. InfoScope will bring you what's trending in today's fast-paced world of IT and science. We'll start off with some of the latest headlines in Briefing Scope, followed by Industry Insight, where we'll look at the highlights of the current society. And then we'll explore some of the most promising new ideas in Tech a Peek. Let's start off today's show with Briefing Scope. Global Mobile Vision 2015, Korea's largest mobile industry exhibition, took place at the Korea International Exhibition Center, or KINTEX, in September this year, featuring 277 companies from the telecom field. Roughly 250 foreign companies from 20 nations acting as prospective buyers were also present, showing how attractive Korea's mobile industry is at the moment. Korean researchers confirmed that when there is a brain tumor recurrence, a genetic mutation takes place according to the location of the new tumor. In order to treat the recurrence, additional DNA checks are needed so that doctors can come up with a proper treatment. Researchers have published a paper showing a link between stress and Alzheimer's disease. Stress will generate a certain type of hormone in the brain, the beta amyloid, which is known to be the root of Alzheimer's. So it's true that you have to stay stress-free to stay healthy. As global warming melts away the frozen land, it has revealed long-buried ancient viruses. Compared to viruses existing today, these are 10 times bigger and have more genes. Chances of these viruses becoming active are very low, but additional research is definitely called for. Stress raises the risk of getting Alzheimer's disease. Well, I say it's a good idea to stay optimistic and smile a lot. On that note, what aspects of science and technology are bringing smiles as of late? Let's find out in Industry Insight.
Of all technologies available, Koreans are most interested in automobile technology. A rising number of hybrid and electric cars means that there must be more recharge stations as well. Other fields that receive a lot of public interest and are in high demand are intelligent robots, energy-saving technology, and safety devices. The Ministry of Science, ICT, and Future Planning announced that it observed what's called the National Science Technology Sentiment for 1 year from June last year. This is an analysis of thoughts, emotions, and feelings from about 1.7 million reports registered on the e-People Petition Service and press publications. Mobile 3D printing centers have popped up so that small and medium-sized companies can have easy access to expensive 3D printers. These centers bring a variety of 3D printers as well as 3D scanners, which can digitize a physical object. Companies work closely with the printing service provider, from making a sample product to planning and producing the actual good. These mobile 3D printing centers will visit industrial complexes nationwide and provide printing opportunities to small and medium-sized enterprises. Interested companies can register at the 3D Printing Material Innovation Center website and not only use 3D printers, but also receive consultation. Japan's Mount Aso erupted on September 14th, and Mount Sinabung in Indonesia followed suit on September 15th. There was also an earthquake of magnitude 8.3 a few days later in northwestern Chile. The recent volcanic eruptions and earthquakes have taken place along the Pacific coastline, all part of what is called the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire runs along Alaska, the west coast of the United States, the South Pacific Ocean, Northeast Asia, Japan, and northeastern Russia. The Pacific Plate, located under the Pacific Ocean, slips beneath other continental plates. Our planet is made up of many of these plates, and every time two plates make contact and subduction occurs, a significant amount of energy builds up. Powerful earthquakes break out when a lot of built-up energy is let loose. Large-scale earthquakes of magnitude 8.0 or greater have often taken place along the Ring of Fire since 2004. Some experts are worried that we are approaching a period of frequent, powerful earthquakes, a period that comes once every half a century, generating a need for regular observation. The Korean government will lend a hand in developing Korea's smart device industry. Smart devices go beyond computers or smartphones and allow communication between a user and an object, and between objects through the Internet of Things. The Ministry of Science, ICT, and Future Planning announced the KICT Device Fostering Plan and will invest over $360 million in the smart device industry until 2019. As the Korean products continue to show sluggish growth in the global smartphone market, Korea is making strategies to establish a foothold early in the rapidly developing smart device market. Moreover, the government also announced it will foster 300 Korean companies that can successfully develop top 10 smart device components and modules and be competitive on the global stage. These 10 smart device components and modules include parts like signal measurers, light and image sensors, and wearable displays, and the government will establish 2 to 3 goals every year. The government will also establish networks between innovative startups and giant companies that have distribution channels, and also help with global exhibitions and attracting investors.
I always thought a smartwatch would be really convenient, especially while working out. I'll be sure to try out one for myself at the exhibition. It's amazing to see how technology is advancing. Let's see what other new ideas are flourishing. Here's Tech a Peek.
Solar energy is non-polluting renewable energy. Energy is generated when sunlight hits solar cells and the photoelectric effect transforms that light into energy. There are no emissions of harmful materials, but the very low 20% energy conversion rate is a major hurdle. However, Korean researchers have come up with a type of film that can be applied to solar receptors, used just like a piece of tape. The nanostructure of this film is set up in such a way that traps light instead of reflecting it. This allows the solar cells to absorb more light, boosting the energy conversion rate by 10%.
유기방막 태양전지에 빛이 입사하는 면에 이 필름을 붙였습니다. 태양전지의 광흡수층으로 비스듬하게 빛을 입사하게 함으로써 이 광흡수층 내에 태양빛이 좀 더 많이 갇힐 수 있도록.
The film's transparency and light scattering properties can be controlled, and the film can be made through the regular film manufacturing process.
저희가 이번에 만든 일은 이미 완성된 디바이스 표면에 그 테이프처럼 간단하게 붙여줌으로써 효율을 향상시킬 수 있다는 장점이 있습니다.
This film can be applied not only to solar cells, but also LEDs, LCDs, smart windows, and other light-related materials, showing great potential in the future. The beta amyloid is the root of Alzheimer's disease. Korean researchers have developed a new technique of emitting light into the brain to suppress this protein. The Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology and the Korea Research Institute of Bioscience and Biotechnology have succeeded in using porphyrin, an organic compound that reacts to light, to interrupt the cohesion process of beta amyloid. Researchers fed a fruit fly afflicted with Alzheimer's disease food filled with porphyrin and shined a blue LED on the fly. Symptoms of Alzheimer's disease began to improve. Applying this research to actual treatment can result in less medication, higher effectiveness, and fewer side effects. Good news for people who worry about dealing with high levels of stress. Researchers have succeeded in developing a glass display that can be folded in any direction. Professor Kang Tae-young of Yonsei University has developed a method of making some parts of the fragile glass thinner so that it can be folded in multiple directions. The researchers were able to fold the display twice to reduce the size to 1/4 of the original. They also succeeded in making a plastic foldable display with the same concept. This is a remarkable achievement amid all the research on flexible displays taking place worldwide. The venom found in the stinger of bees is known to be highly effective in dealing with arthritis and other forms of pain, and it has been used regularly in Korean traditional medicine for a long time. As of late, the very same venom has been used to boost the immune system and the effects of cancer treatment. And recently, researchers confirmed that bee sting venom can not only boost the immune system, but also prevent kidney damage, a side effect of anti-cancer drugs. The venom triggers the inflammation suppression signals in the human body, which results in the rapid generation of immune cells.
기존에 있는 항암제들은 이제 강력한 항암 효과를 나타내지만 특히 신장에서 이제 많은 부작용이 이제 일어나게 되는데 이제 봉독은 그러한 부작용을 이제 억제를 시키면서 항암 효과에는 영향을 주지 않은 것으로 이제 나타났습니다.
Anti-cancer drugs come with all kinds of side effects, but when the kidneys are damaged, the treatment must stop. Researchers state that using bee sting venom will make anti-cancer drugs more effective than it is today. Korean researchers have succeeded in using light to boost the memories of mice. They used a technique called optogenetics, which involves using light of a specific wavelength to control neurons. Light is delivered to specific neurons through the optical fibers planted in the head. In the recent experiment on mice, optogenetics resulted in pouring calcium ions into neurons as pathways for these ions react to light and open up. The researchers discovered that by increasing calcium ions, a mouse's memory capacity expanded by more than twice. They expect this research to be of use for treating mental diseases that arise from abnormal amounts of calcium ions in the brain.
All of these groundbreaking research efforts really give me a lot of hope for a better future. Well, today we've looked at global IT and science trends as well as leaps in science and technology made here in Korea. This concludes our first episode of InfoScope. Be sure to tune in next week as well to discover more useful information. See you all next week. Bye!